here, and you've got to listen carefully, children, and I think we'll only have one person having one each. When you hear anything to do with chocolate or chocolate biscuits or something, the first one to put up their hand will get it, okay? So, away from God. Trouble is, after the breakaway, everything started to go wrong. It went really, really rocky. Suffering, pain, loneliness, bullying, violence, death, because we'd chosen our way instead of God's way. Everything just got really horrible. Anyone get it? A young woman was frightened when an angel suddenly turned up. The angel wondered if he might Maltese her fear. Don't be scared, he said, you're going to have a son, the Son of God. Call him Jesus, a name that means he'll save his people, he'll make them friends with God again. And though Joseph was a bit confused, he was a good egg. You couldn't help to meet a kinder man. So he decided to look after Mary and God's baby. So the story goes that Mary and Joseph travelled to Bethlehem. Mary was heavily pregnant, and Joseph wondered if she'd flake out during the journey. They finally found a room full of animals. Might not have been a stable. Sometimes people lived in a house with a split floor. Animals on one level, people on the next. So maybe the innkeeper just let them into his home. We don't know. We don't know what kind of animals were there. We don't know if there was a Kit Kat there. All sorts of strange, this is stretching it, but I know. All sorts of strange visitors started to turn up. First some shepherds. No. That would have been a good one, wouldn't it? First some shepherds. They'd been up on the hillside looking up at the Milky Way when some angels appeared in the sky and said, go and see God's promised Saviour. Tell everybody, shout, don't whisper, God is here. So straight as an arrow, they headed for Bethlehem to find Jesus.
Arrow.
And they were there in a jaffa. In a jiffy. Becky got one. Further away, some wise men were looking up at the planets in the sky, Saturn, Jupiter and Mars, when they saw something amazing. By the way, in the ancient world, Jupiter was the king's star, and at the time of the birth of Jesus, Jupiter appeared in the night sky, very close to Saturn. This is true historical facts. So if you were reading the sky, you'd see the new king in Israel. So the kings packed up their bounty, their presents for the new king, and they came to see Jesus. They didn't find him at King Herod's palace, but those wise men were smarties. They didn't give up. And when they found Jesus, have you got one, Lily? Don't know if she got it or not. And when they found Jesus, they brought out their gifts. No twits, just gifts. Gold for a king, incense for worship, myrrh for death. And here is the crunch. The baby Jesus is the Son of God, sent by God into the world. He's divine, he's wrapped in human skin. I haven't got a divine, there was a divine chocolate, but I didn't manage to get it. Spent so much time getting these chocolates. God's gift to you. But you can only taste how good the gift is if you unwrap it. And I hope you do choose Jesus. In the end, it's your selection, but I haven't got a selection. And this is the truth. I'm not lying.